Girl disappears behind tree. Both my dog and I notice. Posted by Stay at Home Plant Fam. Obligatory. This didn't happen today disclaimer. Also worth noting, this was pre-COVID. While walking my dog down our fairly quiet street, I noticed a girl in a bright pink jacket approaching. Being constantly vigilant about my surroundings, I noticed her and wondered why she wasn't in school at 9:30 on a weekday. There are 3 schools within a couple block radius, and it is common to see kids of all ages out before school time. Again, she was wearing a neon pink jacket, had her hair in a ponytail, and looked to be an early teen. She was also carrying a white plastic shopping bag. My dog is very friendly and loves meeting new people. Naturally, she got excited to see someone coming toward us. At this point, the mystery girl is maybe 30 feet away. I am on the sidewalk with my pooch. She's walking on the road, but on the same side as we are heading in the opposite direction. My dog is pulling at her leash, wagging her tail, putting on her typical cutest behavior to get some attention. Now, there is one large tree on this street. As we both pass by the tree, she never comes out the other side. My dog also notices that her potential new friend is gone, and we both stand staring for a few seconds, wondering where this girl went. I thought, did she cross the street? Nope. Did she come around behind us? Nope. Was she hiding behind the tree? Nope. She was gone. Gone. Okay, so maybe I'm seeing things, but my dog also reacted. She too was confused and bummed her chance to get some praise was now dashed. Could this have been a glitch? Did we witness a time traveler? A residual apparition? It was weird, man. Really fucking weird. I don't always trust my mind, but I always trust my dog. Magical butter apparated in my kitchen. Posted by Harmonious Lightbeam. Guys, help me out here. Something happened yesterday, and it's really bothering me because there doesn't seem to be any rational explanation or reason for it. Yesterday, I arrived home with my arms full of stuff from my car. I make my way to the kitchen area, dump everything on the kitchen table, turn the light on, glance in, everything is normal, and turn around to start grabbing stuff to put away. When I turn back around, my dog is going at a large brick of butter right near the fridge, and this is where it gets weird. For one thing, when I looked in the kitchen, there was nothing amiss. I also don't know if the dog is part of this glitch or just the butter, and then she saw it and ran in to take advantage of the situation. For another, there was no wrapper on or near the butter, which if it had fallen from the fridge, that's not how I would have stored it. Another, when I went to put the butter in the trash, when I picked it up, it was soft, not hard like it should have been if it had fallen from the fridge. Until this point, I had fully convinced myself that I myself, despite not being hungry or thirsty and not having a need to open the fridge, had opened it anyway, and just not noticed this butter had fallen out. Or maybe before I left, I'd done it, and that's why it was soft. But even at this, I was slightly incredulous. But it was still a somewhat acceptable explanation until I really did open the fridge to find that there was no butter missing. The butter I thought was on the floor was in the door, in its wrapper, right where it was supposed to be. I had used the other half last week to make chocolate chip cookies, and there were another 2 sticks in a box in the drawer too. No missing butter. So this is where I start kind of wigging out. Where the fuck did this butter come from? I'm kind of mad actually that I can't figure it out. I feel like stuff like this is happening to me more frequently. There was another instance a few months back in which a guy fully disappeared, and that doesn't make sense either. But this is straining the limits of what I find myself able to explain away. I'm either leveling up or losing my fucking mind. I don't know what I'm looking for here, but if you could either find an explanation I can swallow, or tell me something similar happened to you, or even some alternate reality explanation, anything at this point would help, because I feel like I'm losing it. Thanks in advance. My grandma's house. Posted by You Gotta Be Kidding Me. I just found this subreddit, and reading some of these made me realize that I actually have a story. I think it counts as a glitch. If I'm wrong, my apologies. I always thought of it more like a ghost encounter, but I resist that idea because I need to see some credible evidence before I just decide something is real, etc. Anyways, my grandma lives in this huge house, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, hundreds of years old. My granddad's family built it, which is out in the middle of the mountains and the boonies. An hour from any real town. It's beautiful. But I have felt creeped out being alone in it my entire life, including as an adult. And the upstairs is by far the creepiest. I always feel like I'm going to spin around and see someone behind me. This was about 9-ish years ago because I was 25 and a new mom. So we had made the trip out to the home place so my grandma could spend some quality time with my baby. Bedtime comes, and I go to my usual guest room upstairs because it has a California king, which left enough room for me, safe bed sharing, and all of my stuff. At the bottom of the bed, I have my overnight bag and diaper bag in the bottom left-hand corner, and more in the center. I have one of those small plastic wrapped bags of diapers and some wipes. The bag of diapers has a hole in it because I had just changed her before bed. The bed is so huge and I'm about 5'3", so my feet don't even come close to any of it. Anyways, the blankets and sheets on this bed are tucked in military tight, and after trying to pull the bottom loose for a minute, I just gave up. So there's no way they could have pulled out on their own as I got under the covers. So my daughter is asleep beside me. I've just turned out the lights, and I'm looking at my phone a bit because I still feel a little jumpy and creeped out, as usual. It's in the middle of nowhere, so it's pitch black, other than my phone because there aren't any street lights or other houses or even more than one car every few hours. I thought I heard something, but I wasn't sure. So I was laying there, phone down, extremely still, trying to hear it again. When it happened, I hear the crinkle of the bag of diapers, just barely, and then a super loud thwack, followed by quiet ruffling sounds. I immediately reach out and pull my daughter to my side, and I just freeze and strain for any sound at all for honestly like 10 minutes or longer. I'm totally petrified, and it's so dark. I keep blinking to see if my eyes are still open. Finally, after a long time, I hype myself up to go for the light switch, which involves stepping out of the bed. I turn on the lights and everything seems normal. So I walk around the bed, and there are diapers and wipes everywhere. The bag of diapers is completely empty and in the far corner. Every diaper is spread out like they exploded out of the bag, totally fanned out. Not evenly like they were placed, just like they went flying with some serious force. And the wipes are the same way. It was a small plastic wrap container, not the hard plastic box, which means you have to tediously remove each wipe as if from a tissue box. But here, they are all over. A few clumped together, but most are separated. I am just completely flabbergasted. I check the blankets, but they're in just as tight as ever. The diaper bag and overnight bag are still perfectly in place and untouched. There's no way that I kicked my feet or moved them by bouncing or rolling over because I was being still not to wake my daughter. And in the morning, I tried to kick the diapers off by kicking and moving and rolling around, and nothing. And even if I somehow made them fall or even bounce up, nothing explains how every diaper looks like it was machine gunned out of a t-shirt cannon, much less whatever exploded all the wipes out. I laid in bed with the light on until daylight because I couldn't relax enough to sleep. I have told all my friends and family, and to this day, I cannot figure out how it happened like that.